What's going on YouTube? This is Zach with Graphic Firearms here today to do a review video on our newest carried product, which is the FN Reflex. I want to talk about why we decided to start carrying these pistols. Why have you probably not have heard of this yet? And last but not least, what are some of the things that I would have changed about this pistol? So before we get started here, I just wanted to thank everybody like we always do. Thank you for all the tremendous support so far here in 2025. Being a new home-based business, husband and wife operation, we truly do appreciate all of the support, whether it's by buying merchandise from our website or supporting us with firearm purchases. You're helping us keep the mission alive by offering you firearms under retail pricing, such as the one here we see today. So please, if you haven't done already, check us out on Facebook, like our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out GrashicFirearms.com for all of your merch and firearms like these needs. So let's get started with it. This here is the FN Reflex pistol, new for 2025, and to be quite honest, I did not hear about it until I did the product training on FN. So FN designed this Reflex line, like I said, 2025 to compete with your everyday carry or EDC market. They already have the 509 line out, which for me is one of my EDCs, but this Reflex fixes some of the things that the 509 possesses and vice versa, right? So when you look to compare this to different firearms, honestly, this is the one in its class. I would say this is its only one in its class when it comes to FN. Even when you look at a Glock, this is smaller than a Glock 19, but bigger than a Glock 43. That's the easiest way to compare it. The things that I like more about this pistol than per se the Glock line. First and foremost, the magazine size. So here in Ohio, we do not have magazine limits, so you do get one 15-round magazine with it, and you get one 12-round magazine with it. If you look at a Glock 43, and yes, I know there's aftermarket magazines that are out there, but that Glock 43 is limited to 10 rounds, right? Here, even your standard base plate one is 12 rounds. So you're already getting more rounds, which for an EDC or your carry gun, that is important, right? A lot of people base their carry decisions off of magazine capacity and then the size, right? And that gets me to the second point with this. The size of this pistol is just right. Like I said earlier, it's a little bit bigger than a 43, but it's smaller than a 19. I have pretty big hands. With that 15-round magazine, I could carry this no problem, and I'm accurate with it, no problem. The other thing that I enjoy about this pistol the most, that I think FN did a great job with, is most of your EDCs, that trigger is not great, right? The whole functionality of an EDC is when you pull the trigger, it goes bang and not click. However, FN did this thing right. As you can see, most polymer triggers have that safety, right? Smith & Wesson has a brake trigger. FN 509 has a safety brake trigger. The Glock has that indent in the center that you have to have pushed. This Reflex does not. Now, they do have a model that we can order for you that has a back safety on it. However, the standard Reflex does not have a trigger safety. So it's good for those who are not, or who worry or want to get shots downrange without worrying about that safety either malfunctioning or you not gripping the trigger right during all of that adrenaline. With that being said as well, when it comes to a polymer pistol, and I'm very picky being that I love 1911s, and 1911s are known for their triggers, this trigger, you can see the break is very crisp, and the reset is even crispier. For me, this is probably one of the best triggers that are out there for this price point of pistol. MSRP, and I can't tell you what we're selling this based off of YouTube guidelines, but MSRP for this pistol is $569.99. Check out our website at GrashicFirearms.com. to see the price, but that's the second thing that I truly enjoy about this pistol is the price point for this. Now, the Glock 43, yes, under $500 all day long, but if you're getting into a Glock 19, and I know Glocks right now are on a little bit of a discounted rate due to Gen 6 coming out, but the Glock, you're looking at $550 for a Glock 19. So this one, underpriced, or I won't say underpriced, but at a great price point, and that is the number 2 thing of what I like about it. Finally, the last thing is the slim design of the pistol is really what I think sets this aside from any other pistol that's out there in this market. It's not too small, it's not too big, just like that saying out there, it's just right. Let's talk about some of the things that I dislike about the pistol. There's only 2, and one has nothing to do with the pistol. But let's start with the first. The first thing is very simple. FN does this, your magazines aren't cheap, and you only send 2 with the pistol. A replacement magazine for the 509 is $44.99. I'm assuming they're going to be around the same price. To be honest, we're doing the review video before even having some of the accessories here, because I know these things are going to fly off the shelf pretty quick. Lastly, and this is kind of a small thing, especially if this is your quote-unquote EDC, but the box that this thing comes in, you get a plastic tray and a cardboard box. So you're probably throwing the box out. For me, personally, I like having all of the boxes, especially if you're a newer shooter. You don't have to buy a range bag at that point. Or I shouldn't say that, maybe a pistol case. Maybe you're still bringing a range bag for your ammo and targets, etc. But with that being said, it's just 2 minuscule things that I think FN could have spent a little bit more money and charged more for the pistol. But once again, FN Reflex, the good, the bad, and the why we're carrying this. And to be quite honest here, gang, I do believe this is one of the best EDCs that are out there. Go get yours today, www.grashikfirearms.com. Link in the comments below. Thank you once again for all the support. Place a comment out there. What gun would you like to see us do a review video on next? Till then, see you soon.